In this lecture, we begin with a new topic, series of real numbers. Third chapter, series of real numbers. Series of real numbers. Let us define the series of real numbers. The series which is denoted by sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an is defined as, or it is the ordered pair, of two sequences an and Sn of real numbers where an and Sn are sequences of real numbers and Sn is the sequence of partial sums and Sn is a1 plus a2 plus an for all n belongs to I. The sequence Sn is called sequence of partial sums of the series sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an. The series an is also denoted by the series sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an is also denoted by a1 plus a2 plus a3 and so on. So let me explain this definition. Set is the most fundamental concept of mathematics, and anything that we deal with in mathematics is ultimately a set. So this is an ordered pair. And order pair xy is again a doubleton set it is defined as xy. So this is a set because order pair is a set. I am explaining some fundamental ideas of mathematics with reference to this definition of series of real numbers. So series is a set, sequence is a set. Why sequence is a set? Because sequence is function from I to R and it is subset of I cross R. It is subset of I cross R. A function f from A to B is always a subset of A cross B. So it is a subset, means it is a set. Function is a set. Sequence is a function, hence it is a set. So sequence is a set, function is a set, series is a set. Everything that we deal with in mathematics is ultimately a set. You might not be familiar with this definition of order pair, but the rigorous definition of order pair is this. It is a doubleton set. Okay. So group also you can think as a set. Everything that we deal with in mathematics is a set. Another thing, intuitively, we often denote the series by this notation, A1 plus A2 plus this. So intuitively, you can think series as an infinite sum of real numbers. But this is just a definition. The rigorous definition is like this. But as an intuitive idea, what the series is, you can simply think it as a sum of infinite real numbers. When the sum is well defined, then that is when it is convergent. When it is not defined, that is when it is divergent. That we are going to see now. Okay. So with this explanation, let me write next definition for convergence of real numbers. Definition. Let an sigma an be a series of real numbers, be a series of real numbers and Sn be its sequence of partial sums, be its sequence of partial sums. Then if the sequence Sn is convergent, then series is convergent, then series An is said to be convergent, and its value in this case it's said to be convergent and its value in this case is defined as limit of a sequence. So it is limit of sequence Sn, and Sn is nothing but sum of A1, A2, An, A1, A2, An. So infinite sum is limit of finite sum. You can think something like this. Infinite sum is limit of finite sum. Limit of finite sum, provided this limit exists. So that is Sn is convergent. So value of series is nothing but limit of finite sum, that is limit of sequence. So you also remember this as value of series is nothing but limit of sequence. Which sequence? Limit of partial sequence, provided its limit exists. Limit of partial sequence. So this you remember. Value of series is nothing but limit of partial sequence if limit exists. Second point, if this sequence is divergent, then series is divergent. If sequence Sn is divergent, then the series is divergent. Then the series An is divergent. So basically, this lecture, the very first lecture on series of real numbers is important because we are studying basic ideas. So you try to understand them. The rest part of this chapter or throughout the remaining part of this chapter will be using this definition only. So the basic point is that if sequence is convergent, then series is convergent. Conversely or similarly, if sequence is divergent, then series is divergent. So remember the basic concept, the basic idea. Whatever results that we know for sequences, the similar results we will be proving for series of real numbers. So results on sequences of real numbers will be used to prove results on series of real numbers. We have to use corresponding results. This is because series is convergent if and only if sequence of partial sums is convergent. Its sequence, every definition in mathematics is if and only if type of statement. Okay. So series is convergent if and only if its sequence of partial sums is convergent. Partial sums means this sequence Sn, which equals to a1 plus a2 plus an. Its sequence of partial sums is convergent. And secondly, series is divergent if and only if its sequence of partial sums is divergent. So series is divergent if and only if its sequence of partial sums is divergent. Its sequence of partial sums is divergent. Partial sums is divergent. series is divergent if and only if sequence is divergent, and that's why in order to prove results on series of real numbers, we have to use corresponding results of sequences of real numbers. So this is basic idea for proving the results on series of real numbers. You remember this basic ideas. Series is convergent if and only if sequence is convergent, and series is divergent if and only if sequence is divergent. Okay. Thank you.